I'm sorry.
Full counter.
Alright boys, so the ReZero banner is about to drop on global in a few hours now, and to be fair, I would say this kind of a little bit of a controversial banner. Everyone right now is saying different things. If it's worth summoning, it's not worth summoning, it's a skip, it's good to summon, it's worth it. So today boys, we're going to go through the truth and go through is this banner, the ReZero Part 2 collaboration, worth summoning for a free-to-play, a casual, or even a whale. So boys, let's just jump in. Alright, so hopefully you did enjoy that intro. I made a little meme just one about it. I thought it was kind of funny, I had to do it. Alright, so let's go through the banner and the characters. I would give you my quick summary that I'm going to explain in a few minutes now, and obviously I'll take some time to explain it, so I'll give my quick summary. I think Reinhardt is a skip unless you plan to 6-6 him, which actually is not too hard to do because obviously you can trade the ReZero characters in for his actual coins. So in theory, you can get the guy 6-6 easier in comparison to every other character in the game right now. However, you have to do that in a span of 2 weeks. Echidna, I do believe, is a must summon, and I'll explain why in a second, but long story short, we're going to get Purple Out for Merlin. The Purple Out for Merlin is probably going to be a must summon for a lot of people, and well, Echidna's going to be the best support for us. So that is my quick explanation. The banner, quickly summarize it, is actually good in comparison towards what we get throughout the whole year. I mean, to be fair, Echidna and Reinhardt are festival-worthy characters. I mean, Echidna could have came out with the exact same kit, but for Purple Out for Merlin, and it would have been a must-summon. We could have got Reinhardt, the exact same kit as Echidna, and it would have been a must-summon. So the fact that these two are on the same banner together, it's a lot better. Like, it's a lot of value if you try and get these characters. Obviously, you have to get Reinhardt 6-6, so definitely a quick disclaimer there. And obviously, the four characters down here are... Beatrice, not great. Ram, good for the sub slot. Rem, good for PvE content. Can be usable right now in PvP with her relic. And Emilia does have to get 6-6. So, you know, you give or take it. I think, once again, the fact that if you're going in to get one character 6-6, it's kind of good in value because you can just trade the coins. You do get a free copy of Rem and Ram, so you can trade their coins in. So, basically, if you have them already, all you have to do is pull one copy of like Emilia, Rem, or Ram, any ReZero character, and you can guarantee yourself a copy of either Reinhardt or Echidna. So I do think the banner is quite good, and also I do think Reinhardt's quite good, but you do have to get a 6-6, and I think Echidna is a must summon. She isn't a must summon like how Traitor Melly was, but I think if you ever plan to use unknowns in this game, whether we get more collaborations, whether we get more Festival Gophers, Merlins, especially that Purple for Merlin, like I mentioned, that's going to be peak Merlin. She's going to be insane. And even going forth like the sequel or even other stuff in the future, you're probably going to have this unknown support because she's an unknown god with infect. She's going to last a very long time with the passive. Like, I don't see her getting replaced to a certain extent. I mean, the only thing I can see happening is if Purple for Merlin comes out and you have to use Sins, for example, like Sins and Archangels, because that's how she was when she fought during that phase. But if that is the case, then massive yikes. But even then, you can probably still use her on the team just to get the basic stats for unknowns, and then use another Sin to kind of rack up that passive like how Elizabeth is. But yeah, that is what I think a must summon in for unknowns. But like, not everyone can summon her up. But if you want to and you plan to use unknowns, I can't stress enough, she is gonna be a must-have. But now let me explain in more detail before I get hung in my comment section. But like I mentioned, Reinhardt is a human character. He's not really meant to be for the humans, but he kind of is used on the human team because he is based off HP. So if you're running this guy, you want to give him HP defense, HP crit maybe, and then obviously maybe it's a bit of attack rolls because literally none of his skills are based off attack, which you can see on screen now. So this guy is yeah, it's made for a barn team, basically. So, I do believe Reinhardt has kind of peaked. I don't see him getting any better because, well, he's got his relic, he's got his, obviously, all his cosmetics, or he's forward, basically, and he's not going to get any better support. I don't think we're going to get a better, you know, extra alpha that can increase more HP than what he's doing right now. I don't think we're going to get a better Purgatory Barn to increase HP like how he does it as well. And Twiggo, I mean, he's fine. Granted, we may get a character to increase base stats by 20%, but that's still only 20% HP, where Twiggo does 30%, and the Barn team doesn't really care about starting first, so it's not bad that using a rare character. So yeah, I do believe Reinhardt has kind of peaked, and just like Terry, although I do think he's better, so he might last a bit longer, Reinhardt is probably going to fall off in the future, where like I mentioned, Echidna is only going to get better with obviously more unknown collaborations, more unknown characters. I mean, it's been around a year to almost 2 years, around a year and a half now, so we've got an actual unknown character that was an actual collaboration. So obviously if we do get Purple Out for Merlin, which like I did mention is a contender to be an actual dark type character, and she is a dark type character, that does mean everyone in the game is going to be summoning for her. So this is what I mean by you want to get Echidna 1-6 or just get her at all, because if you do summon for Purple Out for Merlin, which you probably will if she's a dark type character, then you're gonna want to have Echidna, because as a free-to-play, a whale, I mean, for how rare the banners are, you can't really afford to skip a dark type character, because even if you don't care about the Merlin, if she's a dark type character, then you're gonna be probably summoning for Traitor Melly, Light Elizabeth. So that's what I mean by you probably want to get her. Oh, so one thing I kind of forgot to mention, I can't believe I can forgot this, but a lot of the Ragnarok characters are actually unknown for some reason, right? Because even the goddesses like Freya, the new, the guy who has asthma or something like that, he's unknown race, right? So it does mean we get her sister, the big one, right? She is going to be unknown race, so if you care about her, you're going to want to have a kid to increase that actual extra damage, especially she does have 2 AoE characters, or 2 AoE skills, for example. Oh, so I guess Fauna, although she is human now, what happens if she transforms into Thor, her goddess form, right? So, will she be a goddess, or will she still be human, or will she be an unknown race? We don't exactly know just yet. We know that Tyra guy, the god of thunder, whatever his name is, he's going to be unknown as well. Like, there's going to be a lot of unknown characters, especially towards the end of the Ragnarok story. So, once again, I feel like just there's so much going for the unknown race. You actually want to have Echidna, because then you're going to miss out. Like, imagine Freya comes out, she's good, but you have to have Echidna. Or then, well, is a must summon for a lot of people because they like the character, but you can't optimize her because you don't have, obviously, Echidna. So, once again, just this, it wouldn't hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. It wouldn't hurt to get a 1/6. Now, granted, we don't know what the Purple Raven Merlin could do. If anything, she might not be dark type character. I think one thing that I can see her having is something to make her type advantage against every single color attribute. Because in this series, Double Impact finds the weakness towards Channel and Cusack. So she's basically doing type advantage towards those characters. So I can definitely see her coming out with, you know, a type advantage against every single color. And you never know, maybe Purple Raven Merlin is a good dog killer. Maybe it's good for, obviously, PvE content. And like I mentioned, Echidna, just so good, man. Like, people don't realize it, but the basic stats you get for the character is insane. And I know it's weird that she got Infect, comparable when we just had Lolly Merlin to have it, and also Rimuru, but they did it to make her long term, and it's smart because, like I mentioned, you're probably going to use Rimuru every now and again, but in the future, when you're not using Rimuru, you're going to be using her to obviously buff up maybe your Merlin, your Gopher, for example, and Infect's going to be a must, because in the future, Talma Grace is going to be like a given. Like, it's kind of a given right now, but everyone in the future, when the guy becomes more available, is going to have a 6/6 Talma, so you're going to want to have Infect. And like I mentioned, right now, the only bad thing I'd say about the Unknown team is definitely heavily towards seasonals and also collaboration characters. So once again, when we get Purple Merlin or Purple Raven Merlin, and maybe a new Gopher, maybe in the future we get Demon Gopher, who is a dual unit with the actual Doll Gopher, so they're both unknown and demon, like I was saying. So like I mentioned, in the future we definitely have a lot of support for obviously unknown characters, not only for collaborations but also, you know, main sin story, main actual festivals, main story characters. So I do think she has a lot of potential. And also rumors right now, it's not confirmed, but if we actually do get a Gelder or vampires towards the actual game, it's a good chance they might be unknown race rather than vampires. So, and if Gelder is a festival character like she's been leaked to have, then well, another festival to make unknowns better. Echidna is like, she's gonna be so good in the future, man. But yeah, I mean, I kind of showed bits and pieces of it maybe throughout the editing, but you can see on screen now the actual character, what they do. And like I mentioned, Echidna at 1/6 literally is the exact same ultimate, apart from the fact that damage is 200% less. So literally, she's so good at 1/6. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get cosmetics. You're not going to have, the ultimate level. If you only get her 1/6, you're probably going to lose around 2 to 3k CC, which is going to hurt you, especially in PvP starting first. But I think she is the 6th highest or 7th highest CC character. So technically speaking, if you don't have a 6/6 and maxed out, she's still going to have a little bit more CC than in comparison towards other characters. But the CC drop-off is going to be massive. But the unknown team can start second, kind of. If they bring Evade Food with like Summer Merlin, then you can start second. So, like I mentioned, I think for 600 diamonds, she's definitely worth summoning for. And you never know. Maybe I'm wrong about the Purple Raven Merlin, or I'm wrong about unknown characters. But it's only 600 diamonds. It's not that expensive. Literally, it's better to be safe than sorry. If we do get an actual good unknown character and it's the best team in the game, then, well, unfortunately, you can't get her again. Reinhardt, like I mentioned, is a RNG character. If I haven't gone into detail about what he does do, and the reason why you want to give him 6/6 is because his ultimate gives him 1 of the 5 random buffs that he does actually have from his passive. So you can see on screen, he has Undying, he has Evade Food, or like it's not Evade Food, but Evasion. He has a debuff immunity. He has also stat increase by 25%. 25%, by the way. Elizabeth, the light one, has 50% granted after 3 or 2 turns, it is permanent for like 5 turns. But like the difference 50% makes is insane. So 25% is massive, and Osus, where he has like damage increased by like 35% again. So the character is definitely RNG, right? Like if you're playing the character, if you don't get the passive you want at the start of the turn, then it could be a bit of a rip, which is why you want to get the guy 5/6 to 6/6, because at that point it's going to reduce the RNG getting his actual good passives. When you use ultimate, you want to have the HP increase, you want to have the all-stat increase, and also you want to have the damage increase too, because that will make it so you can actually one-shot the characters. But yeah, boys, that is Reinhardt and Echidna. Is it worth summoning? Yes, if you like the characters. Yes, if you like ReZero, and yes, if you want to use the unknown team and also the actual human team with Perfectly Bond. If you like those characters, then you can now bring them back to life. And also as well, like I mentioned, I think Echidna, if you don't care about her, or you don't care about unknowns, you don't care about Purple Merlin, you don't care about Gopher in the future, then you can skip. But I do think in the future it's gonna be a must-have for the Purple Merlin. Like it's a given. So boys, like I mentioned, thank you for watching. Let me know if you'll be summoning. I'll be summoning tomorrow morning when the update does drop. I think it drops like very early my time, like 5 AM in the UK. So I'll probably have to stream around like 11 to 10 AM my time. So I'll be a few hours after the actual drop of the collaboration. So most of you by then may have summoned, but if not, you can come back to the channel and just watch the video, because it will be a live stream upload to the video. And of course, we're going to go through the characters in game. I am excited to use them. Very excited for Reinhardt as well. Like, I want to try out the relics. I want to try them in PvE content. And Amelia, who is not great, her race kind of bad, but if we get a character that can freeze again, then maybe she's broken. So boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.